Hello, everybody, and welcome back into the AWC. Zach Phillips here alongside Jack Middleton. And we are almost ready to get back underway here for another great OCAA matchup between the George Brown Huskies and the Centennial Colts. The Colts currently sitting at 7-5 in 5th place in the East Division. Trailing just behind them is the Huskies in 7th place, currently sitting at 4-7. Colts coming in off a win, George Brown coming in off a loss. These two teams are looking to continue to fight in the standings. As a player we'd like to highlight on the Colts side of things would be Tavon Mars-Buckley, coming into the night second in points per game in the entire OCAA, last year's Rookie of the Year. We're going to throw it on down to Ryan Miller, who's got a charged up mic for this one. And we'll have opening lineups and no anthems because we've already had one today. So we'll be almost ready to go. Stay tuned.
Introducing the starting lineup for the George Brown Huskies. From Toronto, Ontario, 5'11" guard, number 5, Caleb Weaver-Mullins. From Montreal, Quebec, the 6'1" guard, number 6, Nicholas Beachville. From Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, the 6'3" guard, number 9, Indy Chutkin. From Toronto, Ontario, 6'6" forward, number 11, Quentin Bolivia. And running out the roster from East York, 6'7" forward, number 21, Davis Brown. Head coach, Jason Dawkins, the 6-year-old. And now's the time! It's the time of United! Bring them out. Introducing your starting lineup in the Centennial Colts. From Toronto, 6'3" guard, number 61, Tavon Mars-Buckley. From Scarborough, 6'4" forward, number 8, O'Neal Tarson. From Toronto, 6'5", 6'4" guard, number 9, Keisha Crawford.
Thank you to Ryan Miller, our public address announcer, for shooting a jolt into this building and getting us ready to go between the ever-promising matchup between the George Brown Huskies and the Centennial Colts. A good rivalry that stems back with the two clubs playing very close proximity to each other. Last year we saw an epic rivalry matchup close out the season that just saw the Huskies come out on top and send down the Colts in the standings to put them in a tough playoff sled, which ended up with them falling in their second matchup. And we're off with opening tip, as starting lineup for your Colts is Tavon Mars-Buckley, O'Neal Turton, Tayshawn Crawford, and Simon Ewan.
For the Huskies, we've got Kaleem Liebert-Mullings, as well as Nicholas Duterval, Iffy Chikwi. We've got Quentin Oliver and Davis Brown.
Quickly, Crawford back up with it. He finds Simon Ewan charging, and it's 2-0 Colts just like that. I missed Joseph Onima out there, the center, the 6'9" center on the floor for Centennial. You'll see him right around the hoop all the time. Number 45 out there at 6'9". That quick layup in transition doesn't fall, and a turnover quickly back sends Simon Ewan again. A nice little move, and he tucks it in. 4-0 Colts as they keep spilling in here to the AWC.
Got both volleyball teams here watching. Somebody I didn't notice walk into the crowd, Yanalisa Strano's in the crowd watching. So a bunch of Colts supporting. Of course, we've got our women's soccer teams upstairs getting their lift in there watching. The men's baseball teams up there. The whole Colts family's here in attendance to watch this great matchup.
The Colts family definitely shows out for each other. That's one thing I've noticed over the years. Always supporting the clubs. As that one is almost kept alive. I believe it was Davis Brown back there. Here comes Tayshawn Crawford. Almost picked off pass looking for Mars Buckley. Back to Crawford. Nice feed to Turton. He's going to break in. Finds Mars Buckley for the open three. Oh, just can't get it to fall. But the rebound there, nice job by Turton. He tucks it home. We'll get another look at that. Great job there by O'Neal Turton. First year from Scarborough, playing his hometown. Nicholas Duterville dancing up top, feeding it around. That shot doesn't fall, and Colts keeping the Huskies off the board here early. That one's turned over and quickly head back up the other way. It's Kaleem Liebert Mullings. Somehow kept alive there at the top by Cottrell Johnson. That one's fed in and around. Tayshawn Crawford quickly back the other way. We've got quick back and forth pace here as that one's going to go the way of the Colts. Take a look at the replay here. Big rejection coming in. I thought he was able to get it up and around off the rim, but it was all arm coming in from the big 45, Joseph Anima. Crawford at the top. Mars Buckley dances in, puts it up, can't get it to fall, but a big rebound in there from Onima. That size is going to come in handy. Nassim Berry is the closest that the Huskies can counter with. He stands in 6'8", and that'll bring up Raheem Roberts, a 6'6" guard, right to the line to check in. Mars Buckley quickly back the other way. Boom! Slams it down, and that should force a timeout from the Huskies. Tavon Mars Buckley, take another look. Oh my goodness. Slams it home, and the Colts are up big 10-0 here to start it.
Kind of speechless about that. It's a great start so far from the Centennial Colts. I mean, you're going up against a team that has been a perennial powerhouse here in the OCAA for so long. Of course, the Huskies had a lot of graduations last year, so they're kind of into a rebuild coming off of 2 national appearances. So you have to take advantage of playing against a team like this. Exactly what they're doing, putting pressure and great defensive pressure is exactly.
Great defense, keeping the Huskies off the board for the first couple minutes here. Quickly in transition, we see if we can get another look at that. Here we go. Almost from the free throw line, just up and at him. How are you, Tavon Mars Buckley? The 6'3" guard we mentioned, Rookie of the Year last season, second in the league in points per game. He is the Colts' offensive heartbeat. So we're back underway after the big slam. George Brown will try to get some momentum swinging back their way. all the way across for the big three-pointer, and just like that, Ife Chikwe knocks one down to put the Huskies on the board. No, we got no pass or shot coming in there, just a foul, so we'll have the inbound for the Huskies. Excuse me, it'll be Colts ball. And he gets it right in the paint for the big man. Onima stops it home. So here comes Chikwe with it. He finds Dutreville over in the corner, but that one doesn't go. Crawford picks it up back the other way. Met at the net, but he gets it to fall. Great touch there by Tayshawn Crawford. Have another look. Excellent finish coming in from number 9. That pass almost tipped off by Crawford, but a big three-pointer again coming in from Chikwe. That's 2 to make it 14-6. And Tayshawn Crawford will try to answer with one of his own. A gorgeous step back. We'll see if they give him 3. I believe it was a foot on the line. From that look, it looked like he might have been clear, but just a 2-point coming in. Another beautiful shot from Mars Buckley. Huskies try to respond with one of their own. Falls up, no good. Turton able to get it over half. Some nice handles. Gets it right back from Crawford, and he's going to be called. So the defensive foul coming in on 17, Cottrell Johnson.
Huskies an early substitution coming in, number 7, DeAndre Nicely, as well as number 21 back into the game is Davis Brown.
So Myers Buckley will try to find something here. Finds Crawford. Quick ball movement from the Colts. Myers Buckley wanted it back. Goes to the paint instead. Just out of bounds after some jostling at the rim. Myers Buckley finds Turton with the inbound pass. Shot clock was well below 5. And Huskies will try to set something up. Little pressure from Turton, gets around the freshly checked in Raheem Roberts, Turton gets it right back after the miss, and he's met heavily at the net. That'll draw a whistle. And we'll sort this one out.
I believe that's going to be a foul on Onema. Just a little over the back.
It's going to come on the Colts for the reach over the top, as we saw another play at the chaos at the other end. Still 16-6, an open look there, 4-2, a long one. It was Chikwe again. That's the 3rd shot we've seen him take from range over there. And it's just 6 minutes into this contest. So we got a timeout called here. We're going to take a quick break up in the booth, but when we come back, we got more action here for you set to take place. Welcome back into the AWC here. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. little cool tidbit to drop here for you. Head coach of George Brown Huskies, Jason Dawkins, in his 6th year, is the father of Jordan Dawkins, who just led the floor for the women's team. So some family ties in the George Brown program as they swing it around for a beautiful wide open look from Raheem Roberts, his 2nd year with the program. And the 3 ball is what's keeping the Huskies in this one. 3 baskets, 3 threes. As Myers Buckley shows off his skills one more time. Look at that, right from the top, sees a lane, picks it, and drives it, finishes it off.
I believe that was a turnover. He stepped out of bounds on that far side. Little break as we see 2 substitutions coming in. The Huskies bringing in number 23, Javon Frey Woodbine. For the Colts coming into the game, a familiar face to some, Abdul Sudani.
Yes, Abdullah Sudani back on the floor. As that one coming up from Mars Buckley, no good. Sudani's played in all 11 games with the Colts this season, starting in 5 of them. Big presence at the net, and it's going to be a travel called on the Huskies. Great D coming over top was Onima again. And if you're used to watching Colts basketball, extremely tall centers aren't a thing out of the ordinary around these parts. Omar Nur used to be the center for the Centennial Colts, and he stood a whopping 6'11", I believe, around that range. Omar Nur not back with the program this year as Onima is bodied at the paint. That draws a whistle. Take a look at the replay here. That's one way to play D, and he gets it to finish, and he'll fall for the 3-point play. So Joseph Onima, graduating from Federal Government College High School. .5 clip in his limited attempts this season, averaging just over 1 throw a game.
The Colts bring in Xander Wilson into the game, as well as someone we didn't see in first semester, but we've seen before, Sammy Wong into the game for the Colts.
Much like Tara Dowrich in the first game we saw, Wong returning for the 2nd semester after playing with the Colts last year. A big addition to that roster as they head down the stretch for playoffs. Sammy Wong is lethal from 3-point range.
And exactly that. And he's only played 1 game, of course. Their 1 game on the road last weekend, and he put up 24 points leading the team in that game.
Welcome back.
He shot 4 for 8 from 3-point. He is a very good shooter, and like you said, a welcome addition to this Centennial Colts team.
So he checks into the floor for the first time here today. Over there supporting the number 11. Technically now in his 2nd year from Thornley. So the free throws coming in as the Huskies trying to inch their way closer. That one up, rebound fought for, and it lands in the hands of Ewan. And Sam Wong puts a stamp on it the second he gets in. Look at that nice drive. He saw a lane, and he took it. Restoring that lead for the Colts. Big rebound there coming in. Abdullah Sudani.
Foul on number 12. Seeing that Barrett has his first personal 4th team foul.
Another foul coming in on the Huskies. They're up to 4 team fouls now. As Wong will give it off to Mars Buckley. All the way around town. Trying to get it in. Can't find Abdullah Sudani. And the fast break the other way from Katerrell Johnson is unable to be capped off. Just ran out of real estate. And there's the familiar face, Xander Wilson, on the floor. Adding some size out there for the Colts. As Onima takes a seat. Mars Buckley with it. Finds Wong, fakes the shot, takes it to the hoop. Can't get it to go. Rebounded and taken the other way by George Brown. Nassim Berry tried to handle his way in, ended up feeding it off. Nothing there. No whistle there, ref pointing for the ball. Mars Buckley thought otherwise, but a whistle will come in eventually.
So substitution coming in for the Colts into the game. Number 6, that's Jalen Colburn coming into the game.
Cottrell Johnson sends Abdullah Sudani to the line. Here comes George Brown quickly back the other way. At the top of the key there was Chikwe. Over the top coming for a block was Simon Ewan, but he can't find anything, and the Huskies end up putting it home. That shot comes up from Samuel Wong, no good. And 27 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Back out to the top. Opts not for the open look. Gives it to Barry. Ends up floating into the rim for Turton to clean up. And trying to find a headman pass. It's turned over for quick points going back for the George Brown side. And he's able to finish it off after some chaos at the rim. So they'll steal 2 before the buzzer and bring this to a 7-point ball game. A big start for Centennial off the start, but that three-pointer kept them in the game the entire first part of this first quarter, and that's why they're still hanging around here.
Yeah, it was a dominant first about 9 minutes and 30 seconds of that quarter for the Colts. They were holding the Huskies to about a 16% shooting percentage, which is crazy low for the Huskies and, to be honest, anybody in basketball. Then they started throwing in their bench. They started losing a little bit momentum, and that's something the Colts just need to build back. You have a 7-point lead right now. You got to keep building on it. It was up to about 14 at one point.
Absolutely.
Down to 7 now, so keep building, keep bringing in that bench play, and the Colts should be able to keep running away with this.
Well, leading the way for offense is Tavon Mars Buckley with 6 points. Actually, it's Joseph Onima up there with 7. He's doing some damage around the glass, and we saw what Tavon Mars Buckley could do with that vicious slam and a clutch three-pointer as well. Leading the way for the George Brown Huskies is Chikwe. He hit those 3 three-pointers to start it off, and that counts for his 9 3 points. So we'll take a quick break here before we get started back up. We've got about 30 seconds to go. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for more OCAA action.
Go.
And we're all set here for the second quarter. We'll work through who's on the floor here for you once we check the ball in. It'll be Nassim Berry to find someone for the Huskies. He gets it to Raheem Roberts, who's out there alongside Javon Frey Woodbine, Nicholas Dutreville, and Caleb Luberd Mullings. For Centennial, it's Jalen Colburn still on the floor, Samuel Wong, Simon Ewan, Xander Wilson, and Abdullah Sudani.
Spell number 6. Jalen Colburn, that's his first personal.
So Jalen Colburn will pick up his first personal. Reset the Huskies on offense. Liebert Mullings ends up in the hands of Raheem Morris as that bounces up, and over the backstop for the Colts to take over. Turnovers 6-4 in favor of Centennial. As Colburn works around with it, finds Wong, who just doesn't get that one to fall, but a big rebound by Wilson, fought for and won by Simon Ewan. This time Wong drives, it still doesn't fall for him. That's two that just kind of sat there on the rim, and the Huskies will take it the other way. The pump fake coming in from Frey Woodbine, steps around it, knocks it down. A huge 3 points there for George Brown, and just like that, it's a 4-point game. Colburn fighting for it, loses it, ends up with Xander on the ground. Xander Wilson trying to fight for it. Back to Samuel Wong for the three-pointer, no good. And Huskies will take over after the clock expires. Not many free throws so far in this game, just 2 for the Huskies and 3 for the Colts. Playing some clean ball out on the floor today. Five on five at the top. That's Mars Buckley facing off with Liebert Mullings. Ends up switching off and over for Raheem Morris to send it down for them to finish it off. Samuel Wong now. O'Neal Turton. He takes it through. Whistle goes. And it looks like it's going to be Turton to shoot 2.
Foul on number 6, Nicholas Dutreville. That's his second personal. Entering into the game, number 9, Ivy Tukin.
So Dutreville will pick up his second personal, and that'll send him over for a breather. Nope, correction. He's just headed to the other end of the court. So it'll be Dutreville that heads off. Liebert Mullings stays on the court. That one quickly down the other way, handled by Centennial, and brought back up by Ewan, who finds Turton. Turton met by the Huskies there, nothing. Ends up with Wong finding it way up at the top. Ewan handles, step back, knocks it down. Great job there by Simon Ewan working on Javon Frey Woodbine. Get a little revenge for that step back that Woodbine just hit on him a couple seconds before. Over in the corner, he puts it up, knocks it down right in the face of Onima. That was Raheem Roberts. Turton decides to shoot, no good. Rebounded on Onima, fought for at the rim by Roberts. It's Nassim Berry, excuse me. There's Liebert Mullings. Big block there by Onima. Another one coming in for him. That one quickly back up the other way off the block, but a foul coming in. And the Colts will shoot 2 more.
Foul on number 12, Missy Mary, that's his second personal. At the line, shooting 2, number 12, Sunday Hewitt. Substitution from George Brown Huskies, entering the game, number 11, Quentin Oliver.
Back into the game for the Huskies, number 11, Quentin Oliver.
Oliveira's second year with the team. Graduated from St. Mary's here in Toronto. 6'6" forward. As Ewan knocks it home. So Quentin in for Nassim. And the Huskies still working down 5, looking for their first lead of this ball game. That's Olivier with it at the top. He ends up handing it all the way over, ending up in the hands of Roberts. Good D there by Turton. It'll spread. Mars Buckley again. Oh my goodness! He did it again! Tavon Mars Buckley is putting on a contest here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. Just a jolt sent through the building another time, as that one was potential for danger. Onima went up with him, and the rebound ends up getting knocked down by Frey Woodbine. What a crazy couple seconds of basketball we just witnessed. Mars Buckley flying around out there, ends up finding Ewan at the top. Back over to Turton, driving up and can't get it to fall, but does get to go to the line to shoot 2 more. Let's take you through the last crazy few seconds here. Here comes the monster dunk again from Mars Buckley. And then at the other end, we had Onima meet a George Brown attacker at the rim. Ball went flying. Ended up in the hands of Frey Woodbine, who knocked down his second 3 of the quarter from the exact same spot. All for us to end up with a couple of Turton free throws, who knocks them both down. So we've cranked it up a notch here as we wind through the second quarter. Crowd trying to get in it here for the Colts. Jikwe switches off for Liebert Mullings. A big collision at the rim. We'll show you another look at that. As it trying to get it back over the top. And just a lot of bodies coming together in the same spot. Everyone seems to be all right. But it will result in the Huskies shooting 2. So Liebert Mullings .8 clip, averaging 3 shots per game on the season. An effective shooter. Gets that one to go. Tayshawn Crawford back on the floor for your Colts. Gets a pick by Onima. And finds him with the spin move for the finish. We've got a little highlight reel churning up from the Centennial Colts in this first half. That's a nice floater that just falls for DeAndre nicely. And Tayshawn Crawford will be called on the travel. You could say that nicely fell, eh, Jack?
It's either you or Anthony. No matter what, we got to have a dad joke somewhere. So it's got to happen.
I will always find a way to get a good dad joke in here.
Unbelievable. I love it. I love it.
DeAndre nicely now on the floor for the George Brown Huskies. in his second year with the program. From Toronto, went to Prestige Prep.
Colts just try and force one down the floor there. They're trying to keep up with the Huskies. The Huskies are moving at a fast pace up and down the floor. Colts are trying to run with them right now. They've done well so far, but the Huskies are starting to find that the stamina of the Colts is being tested right now late in the second quarter.
What was once a hefty Colts lead has been a very close back and forth ball game for the most of this second quarter. It was the slow start for George Brown that remains the difference. As the two teams battle their way through this one. Onima working on with Nassim Berry, the two tall guys of this matchup. O'Neal Turton with a beautiful finish up the other end, pad on the lead. Liebert Mullings swings it all the way over to Nassim Berry, who brings it over. That's Raheem Roberts off the rim. Good job by Tayshawn Crawford to secure it and get it out of harm's way. Quickly up to Turton. And the foul coming in on the Huskies, much to the displeasure of Caleb Liebert Mullings. So we'll have a timeout called for George Brown. We'll take a quick breather up here in the booth. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the rest of the second half for you when we come back.
And don't forget to grab a ticket from the front desk if you want a chance to enter in to win Shoot for Cash, $1,000. Presented to you by Miller.
Welcome back into it. Tavon Myers-Buckley starts us off with a three-pointer just a little long. Recovered by the Huskies and taken back up the other way. Liebert Mullings back at work. Finds Barry. Back to Mullings. What a beautiful feed in there. Somehow found Roberts, but he couldn't finish it off. Myers-Buckley now all the way back. How on earth did that go through? Goodness gracious, Myers-Buckley's got to back off the pedal tonight or he's going to get a speeding ticket. There's Barry. He finishes it off.
He got me chuckling. Over here. Oh, man.
Tayshawn Crawford with it now. Finds O'Neal Turton. Just a short mid-range pull-up. He nails that 9 times out of 10. He felt that one the whole way through. Knocks it down. Liebert Mullings finds Barry. Met there by Ewan. No whistle. Back to Roberts. He'll drive. He'll finish. Colts will take over. Here's Myers-Buckley trying to find a screen there. Finds a 6'9" wall standing in his way. Gets that up and around. Tayshawn Crawford. Excellent work by Centennial, padding up this lead a little bit more as we head into the second half. Trying for a big response there. That was Barry. No good on the 3 ball. Crawford now with one of his own, tried to retaliate, just doesn't fall. There's Lee Bird Mullings over to Dutreville. Onima went and tried to meet him at the rim. That could have been loud, but ends up just falling through. Turton now working with a minute to go. Just finds Ewan for the low percentage jumper there. Trying to catch them off guard. Doesn't fall. Ewan comes in, as does Tayshawn Crawford, which is met with a whistle.
A bunch of substitutions coming into this game. Xander Wilson in for the Colts. I believe that is Javon Frey Woodbine into the game for the Huskies, as well as Davis Brown back into the game. One more substitution I can't catch. I believe that is Raheem Roberts back into the game as well.
Lots to work through here with 40 seconds to go as that shot doesn't fall. Centennial also getting some substitutions in as well as they try to close it out. There's Tayshawn Crawford with the drive and the finish. Just 8 seconds between the game and shot clock. Lee Bird Mullings back in the kitchen, seeing what he can chef up. Finds a lane, takes it in, and he finishes it off with a beautiful finish. And will go and shoot one. Oh, now down on the floor after that is, I believe it's Xander Wilson.
Holding his right ankle, I believe. When he came down, he landed on his own teammate's foot, rolling it over. It's never something you want to see.
No, we'll take a quick step aside here as they check on Xander, and hopefully everything's all right down there while they tend to the Colts forward.
Centennial Colts entering the game number 23.
So back underway here. Able to walk off on his own power was Xander Wilson, but he's getting checked on over on the table, so we'll have an update for you when we can find one. Meanwhile, Lee Bird Mullings will go to the line. Finds one, finishes off that beautiful three-point play. That puts the Huskies back in it within 6. Hanging around this entire half. Unable to put them out of their misery have been the Colts and really taking control of this game. As that one ends up out of bounds and back the other way on a Colts foul.
Substitution for the George Brown Huskies entering the game, number 7, DeAndre Nicely.
Frey Woodbine checks out and Nicely will check back in. 4 seconds on the game clock.
I believe Frey Woodbine's still in the game. He better be with 4 seconds left. He's the best shooter.
I was going to say, they keep tricking me out over there. They'll walk to the bench and then walk back on the floor. So Woodbine's still on it. They tried to set it up for him, and they end up letting Cheekwa let it rip. Another effective shooter. He pulled it up at the line, but didn't get it off. Excuse me, he got it off in time, but didn't get it to fall. So it's 46-40 as we roll into the halftime here at the AWC. Your team leader for Centennial in points, 2 tied at 10 with Tavon Mars-Buckley and Ricketts Ewan. Onima not far behind with 9, and Turton trailing right there with 8. For the Huskies, it's Javon Frey Woodbine with those 3 for 3 shooting. 11 points for him. Iffy Chikwe still sitting at 9. And George Brown Huskies still sitting within striking range.
I think that's what you would describe as almost a perfect half for the Centennial Colts. They came out hot. They stayed hot the whole time. They kept the George Brown Husky shooters at bay for the most part. The only thing that really hasn't gone well for the Centennial Colts, they are 0 for 7 from the three-point line.
Yeah, that one shot from Tavon Mars-Buckley had his foot on the line. The deepest one that came didn't count as a three-pointer, so they're still hanging a goose egg on that. That'll look to change for the second half. But they're right there with field goal percentage over 50%, so making up for it there. Just free throws 6 of 9 as well, so like you said, they're executing where they have to. Just got to turn it up on three-point range. So we saw 2 highlight reel dunks from Tavon Mars-Buckley, a few big blocks from Onima, and the Colts sit up 6 points when we come back for the third quarter. I'm Zach Phillips alongside Jack Middleton. Leo Solorzano is here on the switches helping us through it. Welcome back into the Athletic and Wellness Center for second half action. Colts taking on the Huskies. Fifth place Centennial, 7-5, looking to improve that record and move up the East Division in the OCAA. While George Brown sitting at 4-7, just behind them in seventh, trying to keep their surge up the leaderboard. As that one has nothing doing, and George Brown's going to try and slow it down here. Heavy pressure over there, but he's able to get it up and over. That was Liebert Mullings. And Cheekway ends up stepping in the black before he gets that one off, so the whistle comes in. And that'll send Tayshawn Crawford over to Tavon Mars-Buckley. Mars-Buckley had a great first half. 2 big dunks, some beautiful drives, a long two-pointer. Him and the big man, Joseph Onima, have been the difference here. As that three-pointer falls down. Big one there. Padding on the lead. Buckley guarding Liebert Mullings, as we've seen many times here so far today. Good rebound by Onima. Quickly found Simon Ewan off the glass and in. Just found that spot. Got his angles worked out. Bangs it home. Liebert Mullings. Again working on Mars-Buckley. Got the partial screen on the Turton matchup and brought it around, but nothing going on. Ball over into the Husky bench. So up next for these two teams, both will go on the road for a pair. For your Colts, they'll go to St. Lawrence to face the last place squad down there, with currently sitting at an 0-11 record. That's on Saturday. But then it's a tale of a completely other matchup, with the Durham Lords set to host them on Tuesday. Durham currently sitting undefeated at 11-0, as Centennial pounds another one down there, padding up their lead. They've got 2 very polar opposite contests coming up, with things they can work on in both, no doubt.
And the Colts already working on the only thing going wrong in the first half. 2 3-pointers so far in the first 2 minutes. What is going wrong for the Colts right now?
It's going, all signs pointing up for Chester Taylor and Warrington Murray over there on the Colts bench, leading the charge today without Michael Jackman. So Turton picks up one here on the whistle. Tayshawn Crawford hit 2 3-pointers, and that's what the difference here in the third quarter is so far. The first 2 pointers, first 2 3-balls of the game for Centennial. In an era where basketball sees more 3-pointers than ever, it took just to the second half to get their first triple. Crawford will move over half with a 14-point lead. Finds Mars-Buckley, pulls it up, can't get it to fall. He wants that one back. Rebounded and headed the other way. That pass by Oscar Noyola was picked off. Excuse me, that was Dutreville. Ewan gets it back at the top, over to Crawford. Can't get that one to go. Would have been his third in the last 3 minutes. As Frey Woodbine finally misses one tonight. He was 3 for 3 from beyond the land as well. Crawford back up with it again. Finds Turton. Ewan with its clocks running down, pulls it up, gets it home. Simon Ewan taking over a game high, game high of 14 points now. That one no good. Good rebound there by the Colts, but call a foul here. So it'll come in on Dutreville. His third personal, just the second team of this half. Mars Buckley will take it over this time. Finds Turton. O'Neal Turton works the top, pulls up a shot, knocks it down. Nice touch there by O'Neal Turton. He hits double digits on the night. Colts now with 4 double-digit scorers, spreading out the love here on offense. Foul coming in on Mars Buckley for going over the top. So Johnson will fire off a pair. 66.7 clip on the year. Can't will that one. And the rebound is sent flying just alongside Cottrell Johnson himself out of bounds. Crawford. Working on Frey Woodbine, the 2 3-point specialists of the evening. Finds Ewan going around the world, gets it up, and can't get it to fall, but rebounded there. Loses a handle on it is Onima, and that one sent up where the men's volleyball team usually puts them. So Huskies regroup down 17, trying to slowly pick their way back as they've done once before already in this game. A beautiful pass all the way through for Mars Buckley. Crawford looked like Patrick Mahomes with that one, but Buckley can't finish the shot off.
Now the foul trouble kind of sneaks in for both squads. O'Neal Turton with that foul goes to 3. As well on the side of the Huskies, Nicholas Duterville is also at 3 fouls. Got to keep an eye on that.
Still plenty of time left here for both of these clubs, so they'll have to be cautious with how they handle that. A driving Roberts can't finish the feed. And quickly the other way, Turton is met on the way up. Knocked out of bounds, but it will stay with Centennial. Ewan puts one up, knocks it down. Simon Ewan now up to 14, now 16 points. Driving is Woodbine this time. Beautiful finish from Woodbine. Javon Frey Woodbine in his 5th year with the program. A veteran indeed. Getting it done here today. That rebound picked up by Liebert Mullings, quickly sent back up the other way. Opts for the drive but decides against it. Ends up back in the hands of Frey Woodbine, who does drive it. No foul, but Huskies ball as it ends up squirting out of bounds. Beautiful pick by Turton and an excellent job keeping it in bounds. Almost found Mars Buckley, but it gets to Tayshawn Crawford. Turton fouled, trying to clean up the mess there, and he'll go shoot two. So we mentioned that Frey Woodbine, a fifth year. No other fifth years in this game. The Colts do have a fourth year in Simon Ewan, who's putting on a clinic here tonight, while George Brown has three other fourth years as well. So some veteran presence here on the court tonight for both clubs. Ife Chikwe, Nassim Berry, and Naz Robert round out their senior group for George Brown. Working it around to the defense chance here at the AWC. Shot clock winding down. He's got to let it rip. He's wide open. Can't get it to go. Quick headman pass by Turton. Nobody home. Lead now up to 19 here for Centennial. Coming into tonight's affair, Centennial was fifth in the league in points per game. Fifth in the league in overall points, second in the league in points per game. So scoring has never been an issue for the Colts. That open look from Chikwe doesn't go. Countering the offensive effort by George Brown, they're averaging just 74.2 points per game and 14th. A substantial clip behind the Colts. Crawford drives, kicks, Onima finishes. Take a look at that beautiful last second dish there by Crawford. Finding his 6'9" center. Head into the rim. Loose ball ends up in the hands of Frey Woodbine. Back to Chikwe. Woodbine's got to let it rip, and in the face of Mars Buckley, knocks it down. He's got a hot hand from three-point range. So a quick timeout call here as we will take a quick breather up in the booth, sort through some stats, and be right back for some more action. We're back underway here as Mars Buckley pulls one up, can't get it to go. Back the other way. Handling it is DeAndre nicely back on the floor. Driving in, can't get it to go. Colts will take it back the other way. Nicely met there by Abdullah Sudani. He's going to be called on the charge in his own end. A weird one there. So Huskies will take over on offense. Turnover back the other way. Nothing going there for the Colts. So we'll try again on the Huskies end. Frey Woodbine, the drive kick. The shot coming in from Barry. Misses well. And Sudani recovers and heads back the other way. Sammy Wong back on the floor for Centennial. Handling it at the top. He'll opt for the drive. Nice block coming in there by Barry. Using his size to get it done. Nicely pulls up. Way right on that one. Sudani takes it back the other way. Met at the rim. Finds the rim. But Onima finishes it off. Take a look at the replay there. A lot of bodies in the paint. No problem for 6'9" Joseph Onima. He currently sits at 11 points and joins 5 Centennial players in double digits.
Foul on number 5, Javon Marbury, that's his 3rd personal. 14 foul. Line, shooting 2, number 23, Javon Frey.
So Woodbine, fouled by Mars Buckley, will get 2 freebies. Doing some digging into the points per game numbers for Centennial. They have 5 players averaging over 10 per game. A big part of the reason they currently stand 2nd in points per game. Among those 5 is Simon Ewan, O'Neal Turton, Tayshawn Crawford, Tavon Mars Buckley, and the Samuel Wong, who has just played in the 1 game so far. So his average will dip tonight, but he's still over the 10-game pace. As the foul shots kick it back off here. As the clock winds down, he's got to get it up. Oh, did he get it? They're going to wave it. I don't think he got his feet off the floor in time, as the headman pass was just a tad late. And we will finish up the 3rd quarter with a 17-point Colts lead.
Again, another tremendous quarter from the Centennial Colts. There's not much else to say, to be honest with you. They've done everything correctly. They're driving to the rim. They're getting fouled. They're getting the buckets behind the arc now. What else can you really do? They're forcing turnovers. The George Brown Huskies have turned the ball over 14 times in this game.
Yeah, perfectly executed 3rd quarter if you're Centennial, in the eyes of wanting to not let George Brown have any breathing room at all. And a 20-9 walloping in that quarter just did that. So while it's not over yet, George Brown's got 10 minutes to rack up 17. But the 8th of 11 free throws is a great number if you're a member of that Colts coaching staff. You have to be very impressed with the group's effort so far. So Javon Frey Woodbine with 17 points and 4 of 5 3-point shooting leads the way for George Brown. Woodbine is shooting a 27.5% clip from 3-point range on the season, so he's well exceeding that number here tonight. It's actually Liebert Mullings that is among top 10 in the league in free 3-point shooting. He currently stands 3rd place. So if there's any track back into this game, it will be having Frey Woodbine continue to knock him down and Lee Bird Mullings find his touch from deep. As we're almost ready to get back on the way on the floor for your Centennial Colts. Star last year's Rookie of the Year, Tavon Myers-Buckley, leading the way here again today. Abdullah Sudani now rocking number 23. Simon Ewan out there, number 12. Sammy Wong, number 11. And the big Joseph Onima in the paint. George Brown trying to get things started with a mid-range jumper that doesn't go, but the underneath and up and around does. Great work there by Nassim Berry. So Buckley looking for a play. Gets Onima all the way at the top, who ends up going back to the paint. Abdullah Sudani brings it over and around and gets it to go. Nice cut there. Quick headman back up the other way. George Brown showing some urgency. And, oh no. Myers-Buckley awkwardly ran into Frey Woodbine there, picked up the foul, and immediately went down to the ground. Not a good sight.
From what I saw, I think about half the planet would understand the pain he's going through, if that makes sense.
I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah,
definitely don't want to be catching anything in that region.
He was hit just a little bit below the belt. He should be all right.
Yeah, quick breather over there. No one.
He's going to need a breather.
It's easier for me to say quick breather from up here in the booth, but things look to be a little bit better than they initially did for Tavon Myers-Buckley, who will have a quick seat and try to catch his breath over there. So Frey Woodbine lets that one rip from three, doesn't go. Myers-Buckley in a conversation with his coach over there on the bench. Looks like he's going to be all right. Onima swings it out all the way to Sammy Wong, who can't get that one to fall. Dutreville back out on the floor. Plays some catch out there, ends up in the hands of Barry for a shot, doesn't go. Frey Woodbine tries his luck, in and out off the rim, and that'll fall out of bounds for the Centennial Colts to take over. Quick scrub of the floor by our great event staff, always putting on a great game here. Shout out to them for their hard work every time we come out. Quickly back up the other way. Abdullah Sudani gets a little air time on that one. Tucks it home, 19-point lead restored. Quentin Olivier tried to float one in there. He's met with some resistance, doesn't go.
Substitution for the George Brown Huskies entering into the game. Number 4, bringing Roberts. Also entering the game, George Brown Huskies number 17, Charles Johnson.
So some quick subs there for Jason Dawkins, George Brown Huskies. Perimeter work there. Ends in a drive by Catrell Johnson. Nothing going. Abdullah Sudani takes it quickly. Finds Wong. Wong will drive. No shot is called, and the travel will be handed to Samuel Wong. So George Brown will take over. Mentioned earlier, atop the East standings is Durham, sitting at a perfect 11-0. Centennial will face them on Tuesday of next week. It'll be a road game, but it'll be one you won't want to miss. Sudani quickly in transition goes up, finds our cameraman down there with the yard sale that ensued. Everybody's all right. But before the Colts head to Durham, they will get a little bit of a warm-up in St. Lawrence as they go from the worst in the division to the best in the division. But they'll be looking to work on things in both games, no doubt. Tayshawn Crawford with it. Easy drive, easy finish. Take a look at the replay here from Tayshawn Crawford. Little step, how are ya? Whistle coming in with Raheem Roberts in possession. I believe the foul coming in on Centennial. So Sudani will check out. Nope, excuse me, Sudani's still in there. Nice little quick play there by Chikwe, and he knocks it down from 3 points. Taking a little chip out of this one. 6:50 to go here. Earlier we saw the women's team defeat George Brown in a very close matchup. Game that went back and forth all game long. Centennial was able to hang on in the end for the victory. Their first of 2025. Meanwhile, the men's team already picked up a victory this year. They're looking to build a little win streak here. It's looking to be that way. Going to have to close it out here with some good defense. And here comes Sudani, who will just tuck it in politely for the finish.
I'm pretty sure he was looking for the dunk. He was upset with himself that he didn't.
He mistimed the step a little bit, I think. That's all right. He was able to finish it off. We're not looking for anything pretty here, as the Colts try to stamp out the Huskies. Wong finds Sudani. Back to Wong. Pulls up a three-pointer. In and out. How did that not fall? Abdullah Sudani says, that's all right. I've got you. Cleans up the rebound. So we're into 21 points, I believe, for the first time here tonight. That'll send Sudani back to the bench, and O'Neal Turton will come back on. Turton's in his first year with the program. Excuse me, his first year with the program, yeah. Out of Mount Senior Fraser right here in Scarborough. On the floor for Centennial, Samuel Wong, Tayshawn Crawford, Turton, who just checked in, Joseph Onima, can't miss him out there in the paint, and Simon Ewan. DeAndre nicely puts one up, doesn't go. Gets it back though. This time he'll drive it. That one doesn't fall either. Colts will regain possession. Tayshawn Crawford now, as they'll look to kill some clock down. Feed into the paint for the driving Turton. Excellent touch there. Great passing from the Centennial Colts. We've seen it all game long. So Turton creeping up towards the team high. He sits behind Ewan with 16 at 14. Crawford also with 14 on the night. Here's Sam Wong on the fast break. Tucks it home. Get another look at that. Nice little layup by Sam Wong. George Brown crowd trying to will their team into a comeback. Now down 25. I think it might be too little, too late. As Turton has his pass picked. Looking for Wong again. Lee-Bird Mullings. DeAndre Nicely can't get it to go again from 3. Drives. Met with heavy pressure at the rim. No whistle. Kicked back out for the wide open look. And Lee-Bird Mullings says, guys, I'm not missing this one. Drills it. So he'll add to his total at 7 points now. Centennial will call a timeout just to settle things down a little bit. Go over their game plan to work this one down into the final seconds. So we'll be right back up here in the broadcast booth. We'll take one final break before we finish this one up. We'll be right back. We'll probably take. Good. Welcome back. Quick passing, getting us back into it. Oh, Davis Brown came swatting at that one. All he caught was there. But the ball misses, but Onima will hit the line. Out there to finish this one off for Centennial is Turton with 14, Crawford with 14, Wong with 4, Ewan with 16, and Onima with 13. Only Colt in foul trouble is Mars Buckley, who is getting some rest over with his team up big. Big headman pass, just able to keep it in bounds, but they can't do anything with it. It's a turnover back the other way. And a nice finish again from Ewan, and that'll give him a game-high 18. Surpassing Frey Woodbine, who's currently sitting at 17. So that is going to put the Colts into the bonus. Or excuse me, one more, Will. So Ewan, although he has 18, he does pick up his first foul. 9 rebounds on the night. Joseph Onima has 15 rebounds to go with his 16 points. Big night for him. Battling for it here. Shot clock winds out. It's Turton going in. He gets it to fall. So it has been changed in the scorebook that Tayshawn Crawford now has 10 rebounds. So that puts him at a triple-double. Tayshawn Crawford has 14 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. An excellent night from him. Mars Buckley back on the floor. Big pass coming in. Big around layup from Sam Wong. Adding a little spunk to the end of this one. And that one swatted out by, no Colt got their hand on it. He lost the grip, rolls out. Centennial will take over. We have Crawford sitting on a triple-double and 4 other Colts on double-doubles. So a heck of an offensive performance here from everyone on the Centennial squad. They'll jostle around the paint. Nothing comes of it. This one's slowly ticking away with 1:20 to go. Colts now up nearly 30. As another whistle will stop play.
I believe now both teams starting to throw their bench into the game with 1 minute to go. The Huskies bring in Jared Sawyer as well as Oscar Noyola and DeAndre Nicely back into the game, while the Colts bring in Jalen Colburn and Quentin McCarthy into the game, as well as Kane Caesar and Darius Talbot.
So those three, the first time we'll see them here this afternoon. I guess we're well into the evening now. That's Quentin McCarthy there, number 24. Excellent three-point shooting start to his season. On his side is Kane Caesar. And Jalen Colburn, who we saw earlier on today, back out there on the floor. Another foul will send DeAndre Nicely to the line. His first shots of the evening. By my calculations, Nicely was shooting a 100% clip coming into this game with very limited attempts. Just trying to add them up here. So now he's 3 for 5 on the season. Now under a minute to go here in this one. Colts will just try to trickle the clock down, up 25. I take it back. These guys are trying to get some good minutes in here off the bench. Hard hustle by McCarthy all the way back. Just unable to do enough to keep it out, but a great effort by McCarthy from one end of the floor to the other. DeAndre Nicely picks up a foul there to draw the whistle. The Malik Gibbs three-pointer no good, and the Huskies will take over for the presumable last possession of this one as it takes a leap into the stands. Just 14 left on the clock. So we mentioned that there is plenty more Colts action here at the AWC this weekend, as again that one just squirts out of bounds. The men's and women's volleyball team are in action on Saturday and Sunday, both at 1 and 3. The Algonquin Wolves in town on Saturday, and the La Cité Coyotes coming in from Ottawa on Sunday for some thrilling volleyball action right here on the Progress campus. 7 seconds now. We'll see Kane Caesar just dribble it out, and the Colts have picked up a very well-rounded all-team win here this evening against the ever-dangerous George Brown Huskies.
Yeah, the Colts played an absolutely perfect basketball game here and building the momentum coming into a very, very hard stretch coming up. Of course, they do have that home game against the St. Lawrence Surge next Saturday, the 25th, before they take on the league-leading Durham Lords next Tuesday. So the Centennial Colts will move to 8-5 on the season as they move into that game against the St. Lawrence Surge, while the George Brown Huskies will drop to 4-8 on the season. The Huskies' next game will be next weekend, a home weekend for them, Saturday and Sunday, when they play host to the Loyalist Lancers and the St. Lawrence Surge.
Yeah, the Colts putting together a little bit of a winning streak here now. They had 7 players over 10 points here this afternoon. Hard to highlight a key performer when everyone's firing on all cylinders like that. I'd say our first half star would definitely be Tavon Mars-Buckley with the 2 big dunks and the long-range 2-pointer when things were still close. And then Tayshawn Crawford came out in that second half, dropped 2 3-pointers on them and didn't let them back in. And that adds up to his triple-double with 14 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. I've got to give Tayshawn Crawford the benefit of the doubt here for carrying the offense.
Yeah, he was one of the best players on the court, of course. Like you mentioned, a triple-double. You can never take out Simon Ewan on the court, but Tayshawn Crawford was the star today for the Centennial Colts. On the other side, you've got Javon Frey Woodbine was tremendous for the George Brown Huskies. 4 for 9 from three-point territory, 17 points. He tried as much as he could to keep the Huskies on his back.
He sure did. It eventually wasn't enough as the Colts kept pulling away. They had 4 double-doubles, including a triple-double. That's all for us here. An excellent win on 2 back-to-back games, both the men's and the women's going home happy here today. We'll be back here with more Colts action on Saturday. For our producer, Leo Solorzano, I'm Zach Phillips alongside Jack Middleton. Thanks and have a great evening.